Although we had some basic functionalities for the create meetup page, if we look at this view model, we still have many things that we didn't implement. For example, we didn't generate the meetup link yet. The categories we didn't expose yet. The capacity we didn't expose yet. So all of these are not implemented. But for now, what I want to actually do is to implement the cover image. The cover image is actually pretty important for the potential attendees to actually discover and be extracted to the meetup. So we are going to work on that first. So what I'm going to do here is that actually I'm going to still keep the organizer property at the last, but just above that, I want to create two fields. The first one is a field that is used to actually hold the URL to the cover image. I don't want to store the image directly in the database. I want to allow the user to upload the image to the web server, which I will put it under the www root folder. And then I only store the image URL in the database. That's why I need the image URL field. And also another one that I need in order for the user to actually upload the image is the actual cover image property. For that, I'm going to create a property and I'm going to use the iBrowser file. Right? This represents the data of the file that you want to upload. Right? And then I'm going to use this to hold the cover image. And this is actually a required field because people need to actually upload the image. So it's required, and I can say error message equals to please upload an image for the meetup. Now, once I have these two views, then I can go to the component. Oh, by the way here, since I'm here in the view models folder, I think this meetup categories enum should be also in the shared folder, but it's not a view model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drag it into the shared folder. I think that'll be okay. So let's go to create event component and let's make some changes to allow the upload of the image. So I'm going to place the upload component here. And for that, I add this line break, and then I'm going to copy this and paste it over here to create another field. So this one is going to be called cover image, and it's going to be cover image field here. Of course, this is going to be input file instead of input text. And I'm going to copy this field. I'm going to paste it here, here, and then validation image is not, it is actually for the cover image. Okay. Now for input file, we're not using this binding property here. We're going to use onChange. And we can say handle image upload, and we're going to copy this and paste it here when we create the method. So, well, it started generating code for me. So I'm going to accept it and see what it does actually. I actually don't like this. I'm going to delete it. So first of all, I'm going to assign the e.file to the cover image property here. And then I'm going to say if the event view model dot cover image is null, and it generates the error message. The error message should be no image selected or something like that. And if I do have the cover image, then I'm going to think about saving the file to the www root folder. And for that, we need to generate a file name. Okay? We need to generate actually a unique file name. And you see that Visual Studio automatically generated this code for me, and I think it's okay. We can debug afterwards, but I think this is okay. Now, it also generated a file path. Well, this is also pretty good, but I don't want to put it directly under image. I want to add another layer, which is the events layer. Now that I have the image folder and the events folder, I need to make sure I create those folders under the www root. So I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to say create a new folder, and this is images, and I'm going to have event, or you can call it meetups. Okay, so I have the complete file path available. Now I just need to save the file according to this file path. But in case the user use a pretty big image, I want to first make sure I resize the image. So I'm going to resize the image, and you can see it automatically generate this for me. What I'll do is, I don't need this, but I'm going to use a NuGet package in order to resize it. So I'm going to come over here, manage NuGet package, and then I'm going to search image sharp, and I'm going to search this one, right? 6labels.image sharp, and click on install. Okay, once it's installed, I go back over here and I can start using it. So I can say image sharp dot image. I do need to import namespace, and then I say load async. See, I already generated this code for me, but I don't want to use continue with. I want to use await. So I'm going to just do this, and then I'm saying using var image await. Now I bet it's going to generate more code for me. So I'm going to wait for a little bit. Well, it's doing this resize. Well, I'm going to use a different way. I'm going to say image dot mutate. See this mutate? And then I'm going to say x goes to x dot resize. I can directly have the size here. This is 16 by 9, and mutate is in a different namespace. So I do a control dot to import the processing namespace. So once the image is mutated, I can then try to save it. The thing here is the input file. Here we can specify what type of image we accept. To simplify this, I'm going to only accept PNG file. And then I come down over here. I'm going to accept this comment. And once I accept the comment, I'm going to come over here, and it's actually generating code for me, right? So I'm basically creating a file stream. And then I'm going to use the file stream to save, just like this. But it says there's some problem here. So let's see. Oh, it doesn't. The method doesn't actually exist. So let's try to do it in our own way. So image.save, let's say save async. Okay, now we have the first parameter stream, and we're going to use file stream. And then we need to specify the encoder. Let's see the generation. Well, okay, I'm going to generate this. And of course, I need to have a await keyword here. Remove the last parenthesis. All right. So we're saving, basically we're saving to the www root folder. Once I have this, I need to save the image path. And now I'm going to just say, maybe I should say image URL. And then I'm going to be lazy and wait for the AI to help me. And do it again. Enter. All right. That looks pretty good. /images/events file name. Yeah, that's good. And it's not cover image URL. It is actually image URL. And now I need to make sure there's no error message. Okay, so we have lots of operations here. So I want to use try catch around it. Okay, this looks good. Now we come back over here. So once the image is uploaded to the server, right, before it's saved to the database, I want to display it like right about here. I can display it here, for example. I'm going to say display the image, the uploaded image, and then I'll see what AI can do for me. All right. You know what? I think that I need to have a placeholder image, okay, which I prepared right here. So I'm going to copy and paste it inside the images folder. Yeah. And I want to change this name to image-placeholder. And then probably I'm going to go over here and I can hard code it here. So I'm going to say image URL equals image-placeholder, and it's a PNG file. Now I can still use this just in case. So we don't need the comments anymore. And I think we are good. So I'm going to run it with a breakpoint in here. And this is only going to be triggered when we actually hit the submit button. The upload will happen before we hit this button. Run in debug mode and see what happens now. All right, let's create a new image. And we can see this image right here. It doesn't look pretty good because of the buttons. So let's come over here and fix it. Let's see whether this will help. Okay, so it moved over here, but I think provide another line break. Okay, now it looks much better. So I'll create the 6th one. And let's say this is 05, this is 06. And we provided an address. If I don't do anything, I just click on the create button. We have a message, and we have a message here too. So let's go ahead and try to choose an image. I'm going to choose my Blazor Deep Dive course image. Right, this is the course image. It's a smaller. And then I'm going to click on open. Now it opens, but I don't know why this is still here. So this is because I didn't assign to it. So we already did. Yeah, I think we already did. So let's click on the create button and see whether we can actually go to the create event. Yeah, we can. So there's no problem there. Okay, let's take a look what's inside the event view model. See, we do have this image uploaded, and let me stop it. Let's go to events folder, and you can see this is right here. If I open up the folder, and the PNG file is right here, and you can see the size is actually 300 by 169. The size that I actually used is 750 by 422, right? So which means that our image sharp, right, resizing actually works. Yeah, this resize actually works. So what we need to work on next is to create another field in our data model here. And I'm going to add it here. Let's call it image URL. And this is actually also a required field. We're going to use this data animation for migration purpose. Let's go to package manager console here. And I'm going to say add migration. And this time I'm going to call it add image URL to, well, I'm going to just say add event dot image URL column. Okay, so migration is added right here, and I'm going to say update dash database. Okay, so it's pushing the changes. Now if we go to our database here, and migration history should have 2 rows now. This one is added. And now let's close this, and let's take a look at the stuff inside the events table. And we do have an image URL right here. Right? The definition of the image URL column, it says not now. That's why by default it's empty string here. All right, so now if we run this application again, this time we don't need to debug, and we're going to create a new one, meetup 6, the 6 meetup, 05, did I say 02? Okay, 05, 06. So this one is 750 by 422. And then once I upload it, it's resized to a smaller size. And now if I click on the create button, this URL should be saved into the database along with the new event here. Now, if we go to database and run execute again, I can see this URL right here. So now that I have the image, I can display the image inside this created events table. And what I can do is to open up Paint. And this is the image. I think this is the 300 pixel image. So if I say resize it to, I want to resize it to 100 pixel. So it's 100 by 56. And then I can go to view created events component folder. And right here, I'm going to add another TD, and I can add a code block, and it knows exactly what I want to do. So I'm going to take it. So if event image is null, then I'm going to use /images/image placeholder.png. This, and then I take it from the event image variable, and this is it 59, right? I don't actually remember. It's 100 by 59. I believe that's the number I saw. Okay, I think we're good. Let's run the application again, and hopefully we see everything working properly. All right, as you can see, we have placeholders for the first 5 events, and then we have this. Right? So maybe it's actually better to not use another column. So I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to take this title, put it right here, and then delete this. Let's see what will happen this way. Before I do that, I'm actually going to do something like this. I'm going to inspect and then go over here. So I'm going to test what's going to happen, how it looks like. So I'm going to go over here and edit. Then I'm going to say title of the image, hit enter, or enter doesn't work. And I click outside. So the title of the image shows up right here. It's not that good. I need to add, so I need to re-add it. And I'm going to add a line break, title of the image. So I'm going to just add another line break here. And then let's run the application and see what it looks like. I don't know why it doesn't show the line break. So I did add the line break right here, but it doesn't show. Oh, no. I added at the wrong place. It's supposed to be here. All right. Now I should be good. Okay. So we have this. And let's do inspect again. Move to the right a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to the TD here. I'm gonna say style equals text align center. Okay, that looks much better. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna add a style, and then let's say text align center. Now let's try again. Okay, not too bad. We finished our goal for this video. I'll see you in the next one.